you're partnering with some of the halfway houses and you're helping them find jobs. What sort of jobs are they able to kind of get a hold of? Because we had a recent thing on the North Shore here of Kauai. It's a very small community, and there was a man who is a sex offender, specifically towards a child, or two or three. I'm not sure how many. But then he became the manager of our local grocery market where children are kind of, free
It
go
seemed a little
running in
like,
and out. It was
yeah.
like a really uncomfortable situation for, the North Shore, like this small community, lots of mothers, very concerned. I was just like curious, like what sort of jobs are they getting? Because in my mind, like that didn't seem like a fitting job. Like I want to have a society that helps rebuild people who, have made major horrific mistakes in their life. But I'm also like there needs to be some boundaries
A
here and some like,
100%.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
curious,
That's
like,
that seems like a very,
Oh yeah.
that wouldn't,
Yeah.
I don't think that would
That's
happen.
Yeah,
actually
it's
very,
probably like
very,
an outlier situation
Yeah.
right.
here,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that it's relevant
Yeah.
for us, I guess.
Yeah, it was
Close to
just like one of the
home.
things that was close to home, and my mom heart was like, my nephews live in that town. I'm
Oh,
sure they
yeah.
go to the grocery
Yeah.
store to get,
Yeah.
candy or something. And I'm just like, plus all their friends. I'm just thinking of like the
For
children in
sure.
this situation. But so
Absolutely. Yeah.
it made me
Yeah.
curious, like you mentioned, you're
Yeah.
helping these
Yeah.
guys who are coming out and helping them finding a
Yeah.
job. What sort of jobs are they
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting, and what's that kind
Yeah.
of look
That's
like?
that's a good question. One step before that, though, I'll tell you, it's quite hard for these guys when they come out of prison because they want to do right, they want to get a good job, but all of them, most of them, would have people waiting for them to get out, that dependents. That so they come out. It's not like this idea of you come out and hey, get your life back together, take your time, work at McDonald's, and get yourself established again. I mean, they come out and right away they have the pressures of
Child
child
support.
support,
Yeah.
often a very broken family situation. So they could have 4 or 5 kids with 4 or 5 women, and so they come out with a lot of complexity. So I say that when they imagine trying to rebuild your life, but you can only get a job at fast food or stocking shelves. It's very hard for them to stay that line and not get sucked back into the way they
Quick
used to.
money.
Quick money.
Yeah.
They could, on top of the fact that as well, we speak about identity. Many of them, where probably their self-worth came from, was that they could throw a bunch of money at the baby mamas and at their kids, right? And so, but there are real strict guidelines in Texas about sex offenders, where they can even stay. Very, very hard demographic to work with because it's very limiting. But we have the company where I'm a chaplain. It's an awesome company. It's called Refined Technologies. They have around 100 guys from prison, and it's a great environment, real good culture. But what's great about the work as well is you can come out day one out of prison and you can be pulling wrenches, and you don't need to have an education. You just need to work hard. So there's work like that, and then there's different things like a lot of them love the CDL. That's what it is in Texas.
Truck driver's license.
Truck driver's license. That's really good work. And there's sponsorship for guys who've been in prison where they can be. The payment for the course is covered, and so that they can get the license for free and start working. So that's a really good job.
Yeah. I wanted to like address that kind of what's a stereotype, I guess, like from movies as well. Like you guys are on the ground, your boots on the ground in the streets with these guys. You're in the system, seeing what it's actually like there. Like for a majority of us, we've never seen what it's really like on the inside. Is it so? You look at like movies and stuff, and you see some like these like redemption stories of like, oh yeah, you can pursue an education inside a prison and come out the other side, reformed, so to say. But is that actually true? Is that possible? Like,
Yeah.
in like a Texas, like in
It
penitentiary?
is.
Can
It
you do
is.
that?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah. I won't say a lot. I'd say a percentage of guys
Yeah.
use their time. They use their time well, and they will
Right.
study. They'll get an associate's.
Okay.
You can get a degree. You can get a master's. So some of the universities actually do really good programs inside. You can also learn welding. You can learn
Oh, cool.
lots of different trades. Now, those qualifications don't always translate very well outside. And again, like you mentioned, Bethany, it depends on your conviction. So in Texas, there's no way that situation would have happened in the supermarket. So it's sex offenders. They have to live in a very specific area. They can only work. It's very, very hard for us to find them anything.
I would say with the stereotype of the prison, a lot of it actually comes down to the warden of the prison. There's 110 prisons, 110 prisons in Texas, 150,000 inmates.
He loves numbers. He loves the numbers.
50,000 go out or released every year, and 50,000. I mean, their spots are immediately taken.
Wow.
And so I think that's one of the things about Texas. The challenge is the numbers. The numbers are overwhelming. But here's the bigger challenge: the government in Texas make a huge amount of money from the prison system. They don't pay the men in prison for the work they do. So you can have a job. You're encouraged to work in prison, and a lot of guys do it just to make the time go faster, so that they can make parole. But there's some states that you're paid a wage for that. It might be small, but you're still making some money.